When it comes to loss, our language can sometimes build a bridge and sometimes create a divide. One example of this that I've learned directly from people I've supported and who I've learned from is the commonly used phrase, "I can't even imagine." And while that's better than saying something like, "I know exactly how you feel," or "I know exactly what you're going through," because that's not possible and because that turns the focus to the person who's offering a condolence versus the person who's acutely experiencing the loss. How it lands potentially for people when they hear, "I can't even imagine," they often feel like you don't want to imagine my pain and my loss, and instead you're trying to keep a distance from it. So it's really creating a divide. What we try to do within the Vermont Conversation Lab, which comes from my work as a doula, the way that I train our interventionists is we use language like, "I imagine," or "I can imagine," or "I could imagine." And then we try to imagine based on what we've heard through our attentive listening, based on the words that the person has actually used and the experiences that they have been sharing. We say, "I imagine that's incredibly painful," or "I imagine that might shake the foundation of your beliefs or everything you've thought to be true so far, or your identity or your next steps. I imagine that's incredibly heartbreaking and hard to wrap your head around." There are many ways that we can utilize that phrasing. And then we try to pause and wait to allow that to be an invitation for the person to confirm or clarify. Maybe we've got it and they say, "Yes, that's exactly how I've been feeling." Or maybe they say, "That's not quite it. This is actually how it's been for me." Regardless, the focus is on the grieving person and providing them the space and opportunity to explore and share about their loss. That's creating a bridge. That's coming closer. That's leaning in. That's turning toward, versus creating a divide from language like, "I can't even imagine," which is more like digging a moat between you and the grieving person and creating that sort of distance of safety for your own protection.